Stop feeding the virus, as what you feed grows. Watch this video to find out how to stop feeding the monster, how to stop feeding and growing the virus, and the truth to the law of attraction and what will set you free. Greetings, infinite blessings, and welcome to another episode of Together We Rise. My name is Kane Stromberg, the Cosmic Surfer, and it is my passion and purpose to bring expansion of consciousness to the whole of mankind, to inspire you to empower yourself. So, feeding the virus, feeding the monster, feeding the beast. Wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. Fact. And whatever you focus upon is what then grows. If you think about it logically, this makes perfect sense. It's the same thing for somebody that becomes overweight. If you feed somebody or any form of life, it will grow. If you feed an addiction, it will grow. If you feed negative beliefs and habits, they will grow. If you feed the virus, it will grow. This video follows on from one that I have shared last week in how to keep safe from corona. And then in truth, it was not just linked into corona, it's linked into fear. The aspect of fear, of anger, of frustration, of hatred, of anything separated from the truth of who we are, which is love. So by focusing on anger, we feed the anger. And then we become more and more stuck in that feeling and emotional resonant being of anger. We become angry, we experience anger, and we believe that that is who we are, and that is what defines us and controls us. By separating from it, by disattaching from that focus of attention, from that path, we are able to connect back to the truth, to realign with who we are, to experience another moment of now for the gift that it is. So the law of attraction, as well as the law of free will, are the two governing laws of existence, of the universe. Everything you experience is free will. Everything you experience is dependent on what you vibrate at and attract yourself. Once again, for those of you that do not yet know who I am, for those of you that are new to the channel, please ensure that you hit that subscribe button to grow the movement, to grow our reach, to grow the ability to actually inspire and liberate as many souls as we physically and possibly can. Yeah, that comes from a place of self-desire, of self-wanting. Perhaps there are those that do not wish to be free, which then in itself brings that balance to existence. So linking back to last week's and the very, very in-depth and powerful learnings that I have brought upon and into myself and that I am now sharing, is that it links all back to acceptance first of all. In order to overcome anything, we must first accept it is there. If you are unable to accept something exists, then you are unable to move around it or find a way to overcome it. If I was to deny that there are rain clouds in the sky, and I walked outside whilst it was raining but denied this fact, I would get wet. Whereas if I accept it is raining, I can take an umbrella with me to keep myself dry and still experience the joy and pleasure of coming for an afternoon stroll. First of all is acceptance. And I have been frustrated by the separation and illusion of fear. by seeing people wearing a physical representation of a gag, having their freedom of expression and their ability to truthfully speak and smile and express, to breathe freely, to have that physical representation of a gag put upon them, choosing to do so through the illusion of fear that has been cast upon them by the powers that be, that wish and seek to separate and control us through that illusion of fear. This is my perspective. Yet focusing upon it and growing it led me to become very frustrated, separated from the love that I am and able to see it in them. Instead of seeing them as divine beings of love and infinite potential, I saw them as tools of a system which I am working towards complete separation of. The world of old is dissolving before our very eyes, and we are laying the foundations for that world of tomorrow. Each and every event that you are experiencing, you are creating yourself, and it all depends on what you vibrate at yourself. So feeding the monster, feeding the anger, just as when you become anxious, which I'm sure that if you are truthful with yourself, you have experienced to some degree and level, you become anxious, and then you condemn yourself for feeling anxious and become more anxious, and then that leads to feelings of not being worthy of experiencing happiness and joy, because you are now feeling anxious and condemning yourself for doing so. And in truth, that is where the law of attraction comes into play. You will only ever experience that which you feel worthy of experiencing. You will only ever be able to walk a path in alignment with that which you are yourself, or vibrating at yourself. If you exist vibrationally due to the thoughts which you have, leading to the actions that you take, over and over time, becoming the habits that you embody, with the collective habits which you go about experiencing or acting out, creating the characteristics of the player that you are in the game that we call life. Single thought is all it takes. And any time that you focus on a negative thought, or focusing on a negative emotion, which is just energy in motion, just as the clouds that float by, some being beautiful, elegant, catching those rays of the sun, where others are more dense and dark, holding in them more of a illusional separation from the sun that always shines. The sun always shines, just as that truth is always within you. Yet the clouds of illusional separation make us think that the sun is no longer there on occasion, or that we will never see it again. But you know the sun is always there. You know at night is just that it is on the other side of the world, and that you are unable to perceive it at the moment. You know the sun is always there, and you know that it will shine again. You have the capability to create your dream life. I have done so myself, utilizing the law of attraction, but first of all, getting to the point I feel worthy of doing so. Because once again, you will only experience that which you are worthy of. If you have been educated and taken on beliefs that you are unworthy, that you are no good, then you will carry those with you until you do the work to actually remove those limiting beliefs and negative programs, allowing yourself a clean slate to work upon and to grow from. If you vibrate in anger by focusing on things which make you angry, then you will attract to you more of that which you are vibrating at and asking the universe to show you more anger, and then you'll become more angry. And you will then see more of that which you are vibrating at and asking, and get more angry and more angry and more angry. More and more repressed, more and more frustrated. I did this exact same thing myself only last week, and it took me to the point of experiencing a state of anger before I actually realized what was taking place. Even when we are able to see from a higher perspective, even when we have all information and the access to the infinite wisdom of the entire universe, we can still become tripped up and entangled in that egoic perspective from time to time. Whatever we become irritated by or angered or frustrated at is there to show us an element in ourselves that we have not yet fully accepted. I am more egoically attached to my children, and I desire for them to experience happiness and freedom. When there is a talk of wearing masks and repression, it then made me, or I then chose, because it is all a choice, I chose to focus upon the repression of expression and freedom that I have been viewing on the face of those around me wearing masks. This weekend it becomes mandatory in the UK to wear a mask in a shop, and I will not be doing so through freedom of choice and freedom of expression. It is not mandatory to wear one in a restaurant, in a cafe, anywhere else, just a shop. And there is nothing to actually uphold this other than the illusion of choice, of control that we give away outside of ourselves. The system of old only works because we all agree to it. Anytime that you choose something, you are doing so with your own free will. To choose to do nothing is a choice. To choose to go left or to choose to go right, or to choose to go straight on, they are all choices. By feeding that which you do not wish to see in the world, you are growing it. By shining your light of attention upon the negatively perceived aspects of reality, you are growing them. And as I have said many a time before, in the garden of your mind, whatever you shine your light of attention on will grow. Everything you experience in reality is being experienced within your mind. Your emotions are happening within you and being experienced by you. They are your emotions. There is energy in motion that you are experiencing. So nobody has any control over that which is within you, because it is you. They are your emotions. They are your thoughts and feelings. It is your mind that then interprets everything outside you to be outside, when in truth it is but a reflection of what is within. This is a fundamental learning experience that can only be experienced. It cannot be taught. To realize that you are the universe itself, embodied and experiencing itself, that you are playing and acting out a part within a play, acting out all the characters, but most attached to the one that you are. That you are player one in your game of life. You are controlling that avatar, but you have also created the entire game itself and subject to everything in it and nothing within it, because you are more than it. You transcend limitations that the illusional aspects of this realm of existence and fear put upon you. So in the garden of your mind, what you focus your light of attention on will grow. Focusing on the weeds, on the negativity, on the aspects of reality you do not wish to see will grow it. Focusing it on the conspiracy theories, the way that the governments or people in power go about acting out or doing things, all of these will actually detrimentally affect you, because you will be focusing upon it and growing it. Focus instead upon the flowers. Accept that the weeds are there. You have to accept all of reality in order to have a full picture and all the information required. Again, you have to accept those negative qualities within yourself in order to actually accept everything else. And if you have not yet done so, please go back to last week's video and watch that. How to stay safe, how to escape the fear of corona, and actually watch next week's video. It is already recorded, but it is about acceptance, what acceptance means and how to bring acceptance into all aspects. It was recorded after going through a feeling or an experience of acceptance. And as I say, I am a being of infinite potential. I am the universe itself, experiencing itself. Yet I am also a human being, experiencing human emotions and sensations. I've come out in the evening and it is becoming cold, so I have put on a jumper. And once again, what we focus upon, we grow. Now I'm unsure if you can actually see, but down there is a road that used to be simply an area that we could drive down. There are now wooden pots, wooden containers bolted to the road to stop people driving down it. The reason they have given is to encourage cycling and to stop rat racing, which is cutting through. It used to be that it was an area, a roadway that you could take that would decongest the traffic lights and allow a more flow of traffic in this area of town. Where I live is very congested because there's not enough roads to actually deal with the amount of traffic. So basically what they're saying is it's to encourage cycling. It's to say to people, if we hold you up in traffic and frustrate you enough, that you may actually choose to then cycle. So that in itself, they're trying to use a system of frustration and repression, taking away our feeling of freedom, keeping people more and more blocked up and aggravated, so that they choose to do something such as cycle or walk to work as opposed to drive. Everything is a choice. To focus upon that, as I did a couple of weeks ago, when I was in that state of going into town, seeing everybody in the mask, coming back, what are these new things? What's going on? Everybody's stupid. What the people in power, what are they doing? Do they not know what they're doing? Do this, that, the other? All this judgment. I only have the capability to control what is in here. What is happening outside me only affects me if I have issues within me that the things happening outside me trigger. To see my child in a state of upset or worry, fear, only will aggravate or upset or hurt me if it is a mirror of my own internal child being aggravated, upset or frustrated. If I have fully and completely accepted everything I experienced and was part of, then I can experience it outside me and others without any form of I want to change or deny it in any way. Full acceptance of yourself brings full acceptance of everything else. And as I say, I strongly suggest that you watch next week's video. This is to do with feeding the beast, feeding the virus. And there is the expression, feed a cold, starve a fever. But then there is new evidence to suggest actually a fever should be fed as well as a bacterial infection being fed. A virus should be fed. So, what we feed, we grow. Feed the virus, the infection, and it grows. But by feeding it, by feeding the body, you are giving that virus food to survive, as opposed to giving it yourself to survive. It will use the energy you are ingesting as opposed to that which is in your body, that creates your physical body. So again, there are those people that within the collective will be experiencing fear. By subjecting yourself to it, you lower yourself to it, and you become a host body of it. It exists in reality, just as night and day exist in partnership. Fear and love will always exist in partnership. It is not a fight. It is not something to deny or try to change. It is just an eternal dance between light and dark, between love and the separation of it. You are the universe experiencing itself in completion. Which part of it would you rather be? That experiencing the blissful harmony, the wonderment and joy with that sun shining down upon you? Or would you rather exist in that state of separation, of illusion, of fear, of poor me? It's your choice. If fear exists, which it does, it is your choice whether you become part of it or whether you walk the path from it. Fear is an illusion. Yes, danger is real. Yes, corona is a real thing. But it is used to escalate that feeling of fear. It is used to control, to repress. There is a system in place. Divide and conquer has been used throughout history. But again, focusing upon that grows it. I remain eternally grounded within my heart towards love. Love and an unconditional acceptance of all that is. Again, this does not mean I will not experience the other side of the coin, but it means that with each and every moment I'm able to return to that which I am within my heart center, more effortless and easy. And any time that I separate from it, I know I'm doing so to learn and to grow. Imagine that there are two pathways in front of you. Picture yourself for a moment as a vessel upon the waters of existence. If you steer your boat to the left, then you go left. And if you steer it right, then you go right. Picture for a moment that you are sailing, that you are coming to an area where there is a split in the road, a split in the lake, in the river, in the direction that you are taking. If to your left there is jagged rocks, a dark cave, and to your right there is a beautiful and expansive, freeing looking area, if you focus on the path to your left, which way do you think that the boat will steer and the boat will go? If I look over there, I'm naturally guided towards going to over there. Where my attention goes, my energy, myself flows. And then what I focus upon grows. So, accept that there is a rocky area to your left, and there is a potential to actually crash into those rocks. But again, by focusing on that, you will actually attract yourself to it and more than likely crash into them. Instead, focus upon the right path and go towards that right, blissful, joyful, light area. Choosing to do either, neither, so that you are not wrong and do not get anything wrong, means that you will just crash head on. You may end up remaining in a foggy an illusional area, just treading water. You will not go to either destination because you will not be creating it so. Yet in truth you are still an aspect of the Creator in all you do, and to give away your power of freedom of choice is giving it to somebody else. If you choose not to go left or right, somebody else will choose that for you, and they will most likely choose it to the benefit of themselves. Yet when the winds of life blow you as much as you try to steer right towards that beautiful path, towards that beautiful destination, the winds of life steer you to the left and they smash you into the rocks, and you're floating there in the water, lost and alone. It is there that you are required. It is there that you have actually chosen to end up on a very, very deep level without the understanding of it, yet being able to show and accept it for what it is still. Because it is those areas, it is when we go into complete darkness that we are able to see the direction the light is coming from. I have done videos in the past about depression. I will share another one that I have recorded recently, deep rest, because depression is just a state of deep rest. Wherever you are is perfect, because it is exactly where you need to be to move from to where it is you're going. Everything you've experienced so far is perfect. Everything in existence is perfect as it is existence. It is the universe in completion, and the universe exists in harmony and perfection. It is God's will. And trying to deny or defy God's will is trying to deny and defy existence as it is. To try to deny something you have been part of or experienced yourself, to try to deny something you have done to another, is trying to deny existence and reality itself. To say, I don't want it to rain, I'm going to pretend it doesn't rain, once again all you're going to do is get wet and be frustrated and upset. By accepting everything that is, by accepting there is an element of repression in the world, but choosing to do what you choose, to actually bypass and transcend it, to inspire others to see the potential and the freedom of choice within themselves, to educate yourself and inspire others to do the same. This is the truth and the path that I am upon. To educate somebody into the ability and belief that they have within them the potential to achieve even their wildest of dreams, liberates and sets them free. A world of true equality is being created as we speak, and it is started through the liberation of you. You are the entire universe experiencing itself. You matter more than anything else, because without you the universe would not exist for you to experience. I realise that this video is getting on now. I just saw 2828. I'm having a bit of a ramble. It has been a very beautiful day and I have come for an evening stroll. I am in a very, very beautiful place in my experience of life. And it all came from the acceptance of everything else, the acceptance of all parts of myself, and through that feeling of acceptance came the feeling of worth to experience the life of my dreams that I am creating in each and every moment of now. Each and every moment of now being the gift of life that we have the choice to experience in any way that we choose. Focus your light of attention on the flowers in your garden. Continue to grow them. A hatred for war will only create hatred and war. It is a love of peace that will actualize love and peace. I intend on going to express my truth everywhere I go, but to shine it with a compassion for all. Not trying to actually condemn another person for their beliefs or their way of expression of self, but full acceptance of them and their unique and perfect expression of the universe itself. We are all unique, we are all different, and that is what makes life the beautiful experience it is. Once again, to inspire you to empower yourself. That is what I am here for. And whatever you would like a video created upon, please let me know in the comments, and I will go about trying to do anything I will do, as my will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Ask and you shall receive. I'll channel through the information, I'll flow it through, and I'll create the video. Please watch last week's video, the way to stay safe and escape the fear of Corona, as well as next week's video, acceptance, what it is and how to actualize it in completion. Please go over to our website, greatestversion.club, where there is a freedom from anxiety course that is free. Very, very powerful and life-changing course that is there for free. It'll take you about an hour to do. It's very short, very condensed, and very powerful. As well as that, there is a self-empowerment course which utilizes some anxiety freedom techniques, some self-expression and expansion techniques, some very powerful circle of excellence techniques, as well as re-educating and aligning you to who you are. That is also free. And the most powerful course that has been ever created, that I am aware of myself, is the 5 Steps to Freedom and Personal Empowerment course that I made. And in that there is all the information you need to break yourself free from limitations of old, align yourself to the truth of who you are, and empower yourself to live your truest and greatest life. Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach him how to fish, he'll eat for life, right? By inspiring you for a day, I empower you for a day. By teaching you how to inspire yourself, I empower you for life. You are your own source of inspiration, motivation. Become dedicated to the betterment of yourself, and in doing so, it will echo out and cause and create the betterment of everything else. Remember, everything is perfect as it is. To try to escape or deny reality as it is trying to escape or deny reality as it is. It is all perfect now. You are perfect as you are. Yet dependent on the version of perfection you wish to experience will depend on the choices you make, the thoughts you attach ownership to, the path which you focus upon and walk, and the elements within yourself and the collective that you focus upon and grow. Grow the good in yourself and everybody else by looking for it. Stay true to who you are by connecting to your love, staying grounded and centered in that unconditional acceptance. I'm going to leave it for now, but I'm always here in this moment of now. Now and forever, we are in this together. United, we stand. And together, as one people, on this one earth, governed by one love, we rise. Grand rising, all you beautiful souls. And as I say, please comment below anything you wish to receive. Please comment and let me know if this video has helped you at all, if you actually watched all 35 minutes of it, and anything that you would like to have experienced or expanded upon in future. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, share this video with all of your friends, and when you're on the channel, I strongly suggest that you watch the I wish you happiness, health, abundance in all ways, including wealth video, because that is the most beautiful experience that I have ever been part of myself, having the ability and the gift to actually flow and channel that through me. Time to go back home for dinner, leaving you all in this beautiful moment of now. Love and light, one and all. Namaste. Thank you for who you are and all you continue to do. Thank you for continuing to gain the knowledge, the wisdom, for continuing to look within and doing the work required to bring freedom to not only yourself, but everybody else. As you continue to do the work, as you continue to expand your consciousness and awareness, you continue the expansion and awareness of everybody else, helping others to break free from that limitation and illusion of old. Continue to support me in all I do. Continue to grow the movement and continue to grow yourself.